I'm going to start with something that I see every single week in practice. A parent comes in exhausted, frustrated, and honestly a little defeated. They tell me, my child has another ear infection. We've done round after round of antibiotics, and it just keeps coming back. And here's the part that stops most parents in their tracks. By the age of 3, about 5 out of 6 children, nearly 83%, will have had at least one ear infection. And by the age of 5, over 93% of children in the US will have received at least one antibiotic prescription. Antibiotics are still being prescribed in nearly 78% of acute ear infection cases, often within just days of diagnosis, even though many of these infections resolve on their own. So the question parents start asking isn't, why does my child keep getting sick? It becomes, why does their body seem stuck? And this is where I want to gently shift the conversation. Because recurrent ear infections, chronic illness, and constant inflammation aren't usually about a weak immune system. They're about regulation. Your child's immune system, nervous system, and hormonal system aren't 3 separate systems working independently. They function as one integrated unit, what researchers call the neuroendocrine immune supersystem. Think of it like a 3-legged stool. If one leg becomes wobbly, the entire thing tips over. You can't stabilize it by only focusing on the legs that look fine. The nervous system serves as the master control, the air traffic controller coordinating all the other systems. It regulates immune responses, determines whether inflammation turns on or off, and decides if your child mounts an appropriate defense or an excessive one. When the nervous system is stuck in stress mode, immune function becomes chaotic. Some kids become immune suppressed and catch everything. Others become hyperreactive with severe allergies, many swing between both extremes. This explains why your child stays sick while other kids in the same environment stay healthy. The difference isn't immune system strength, it's whether their nervous system can properly regulate their immune system. There's one nerve that controls most of your child's immune regulation, and most parents have never heard of it. The vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your child's body, running from the brainstem down through the neck, past the heart and lungs, and all the way to the digestive system, where 70 to 80% of the immune system lives. This nerve acts as your child's inflammation off switch. When it's working properly, it detects inflammation, evaluates the threat, releases calming signals, and then turns the immune response off once the job is done. Your child recovers and returns to baseline health. But when the vagus nerve isn't functioning properly, kids get stuck. The fire alarm keeps blaring even after the fire is out. Chronic inflammation becomes their baseline instead of the exception. Think of it like a car with 2 pedals. The sympathetic nervous system is the gas pedal. It activates fight or flight and ramps up inflammation. The parasympathetic nervous system, controlled by the vagus nerve, is the brake pedal. It calms everything down and allows recovery. Many kids today are stuck with the gas pedal pressed to the floor and a brake pedal that barely works. These are the kids who cannot kick the sick. Here's what most parents don't realize. The vagus nerve exits the skull through the upper neck, right where birth trauma tends to occur. During birth, especially with interventions like C-sections, forceps, vacuum extraction, or even Pitocin induction, the delicate upper cervical spine experiences forces it wasn't designed to handle. This physical trauma creates what we call subluxation, a combination of misalignment and neurological interference in the upper cervical spine. It disrupts the vagus nerve's ability to communicate properly between the brain and body. This isn't about blame, and it's not about saying antibiotics are always bad. It's about understanding why so many children struggle to fully recover and why focusing solely on symptoms often isn't enough. When we support the nervous system, we're not boosting immunity, we're restoring regulation. And when the nervous system can do its job, the immune system finally can too. If you're a parent who's been stuck in the cycle of recurring infections, chronic illness, or constant inflammation, know this. Your child's body isn't failing them, it's asking for support in the system that controls everything else. Interested in learning more? Send us a message or call the office at 854-354-8989 We would love to help you get to the root cause of your child's chronic illness.